What's up, guys? Rick here with Soul Samurai Gardens, and we are in the garden. You miss me? All right. So today, this video is about planting from seed. And I'm going to be focusing in on cucumbers today from Johnny Seeds. And I will also be focusing in on, and that too, beets and carrots. These are my favorite, the Oxheart carrots, and these are from Baker Creek. So basically, my two main go-tos are Johnny's and Baker Creek. And every now and then, I'll go buy some seeds at the Walmart. Crazy dogs. I'll introduce you to them later. You already know Suddenly. But I normally focus in on Johnny's and Baker Creek. So let's do a quick walk around. All right, so I absolutely love these beds. This was a previous build. You can look back in some of my earlier videos. I built this thing. But man, am I having just issues after issues after issues. And that's only because I didn't put enough support brackets on it. And it has been slowly breaking and breaking, like right here. So what I've had to do is clear out a lot of that soil to repair it the best I can. That's all I'm gonna do for it this year. I'm gonna fill it on back up and we're just gonna call it good. But the back side's the same way. The other side, while it didn't break, it's bowed out quite a bit, as you can see right here. But stuff's still growing. So I haven't done anything yet other than repair, but this is the strawberries from last year. And they are actually coming in super well. And I mean super well. There's actually a few berries on some of these already. So those ought to be good. And then my volunteer mustard greens. So, well, I say I didn't do anything. I've cleared out the weeds and things like that a couple days ago. And the volunteer mustards, they just came back. So I'm not going to take them out. You know, it's not going to be nowhere near as aesthetic as I like it, but they're good and they're actually ready to be picked at this moment. So topped off the bed here, as you just saw, and that's where I'm going to be putting radish and beets and things like that. But my cattle panel trellis will hold all cucumbers this year. Now, last year, I messed around and planted 4 spaghetti squash on the trellis, and it actually just took over everything, just 4 of them. So I didn't get anywhere near as many cucumbers. I mean, granted, still got a lot, but didn't get anywhere as the number that I like, 300-400 of them. So this year, this is gonna be strictly all cucumbers. And then we will figure out something else. I didn't draw a plan this year, so I'm gonna probably kind of go off of last year's plan of what I want to plant, and anything else new that I might actually find in there. So always, let's get started. All right, so that's a wrap for cucumbers. There should be roughly, actually I can tell you how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 128, and then a couple extra. There's 30 cucumber seeds out there, and if they all germinate, by time it's harvest time, the cucumber, the trellis is normally full. So it gives nice shade, just kind of sit under. So I'll link a video up here, there, one of those spots of actually my second most popular YouTube video. It's my cattle panel trellis video. So something you guys might be interested in. All right, getting ready to start on beets. went digging through my beet container. I forgot I had these. These is called mammoth beets. These guys get big, real big. I went digging through my little seed container and I found these. These is called mammoth beets. And I'm gonna find some place in the garden to plant these. They kind of need a space of their own because the beets themselves literally get about that big around and that big, maybe a foot. They are mammoth, hence the name. Okay, last thing we're going to plant is ox heart carrots. I love these little jokers. They only about 4 or 5 inches long and they're thick. I mean, they are thick. But I like these because number one, they're really easy to pick. And I've had great success with these. I mean, I've grown the traditional type carrots in the past, but sometimes they get a little past me. So when I was cleaning the garden up earlier this year, there was one carrot in there. It was probably 18 inches long. It's real skinny though. But because the tap root went down so far, I had just a heck of a time getting that guy out of there. So I don't like to till too much, disturb the soil too much. So I went and dug it out and finally found the end of it. But those carrots, that we didn't really eat a lot of them here in the house, but these, they go real popular. So I'm gonna plant a row of these ox hearts and I think that will be it as far as carrots. Let's get started. Man, the sun is blaring down, but it's a comfortable 68 degrees right now. Past few days, it's been upper 80s, lower 90s. That's miserable to work out in. Okay, gotta figure out what I want to plant next. Mustard greens, fresh from the garden. Bugs ain't attacked them yet. But even if they did, I'd still eat this. These are called red Russian mustards. They're spicy. Like wasabi style spicy. They're good. All right. Figure out what's next. All right, over here, we are going to do a row of broccoli. These two varieties, I'm gonna mix them together. We're gonna do a row of spinach in the middle. Nope. We're going to do spinach on the outside. Let me change that around. Yep, spinach on the outside. And in the middle, we're going to do kale. Dinosaur kale and scarlet kale. All right, over here, I got my volunteer mustards that I'm not going to be removing. So, if you're a bit OCD as far as aesthetics in the garden, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to be planting my collards at an angle back here and then a little V shape. All right, so I changed my mind. Those rogue plants, my volunteers, I went ahead and pulled them up. I'm going to wash them and eat them because I got a really nice little patch here and that's probably going to be suffice. I got a little bit on the other side, and that's fine. So I'm going to run collard greens on the outside there, and then I'm thinking I will probably do cauliflower in the middle thinking, or maybe a cabbage or so. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Figure it out when we get to it. All right, here we go. All right, change of plans again. I'm going to do some herbs in here. This is the toothache plant, fun plant. It's like Novocaine light, if you will. So I'm going to put that over here. As growers, we tend to order stuff and forget about it sometimes. So this is purslane. Is that in the camera? Yep. I don't know what this is. Don't know when I ordered it, but it had to be in a while. I guess the date's on the back. 2019. Let's see what happens. I guess I should read up on it and make sure it's edible. All right, let's plant some quinoa. I think I said that correctly. That might have been a mistake. They said this plant gets up to 4 foot tall. Alrighty, well, I don't plan on eating it. I got this package, never been open. Let's see what happens. This is truly a rogue garden, and I do mean rogue for this season. All right, well, we're on a roll. Let's see what else we can plant. All right, since this is making no sense at all, let's throw a sunflower in there. I got that little corner, little corner right here. It's a little about foot by foot area. I'm gonna put 4 sunflower seeds in there and see who wins. Love me some okra. Not necessarily cooked. I like it fried and I like it pickled. Let's plant okra. I have not grown melons in about 5 years or longer. For the simple fact they take up a whole lot of room, and I got raised beds where everything was planned out. Well, I got this area right here. It's 4 foot by 4 foot, but because it's broken, it's actually a little wider now. So we're gonna put 3 or 4 of these in there. We'll see what happens. Now, this package is 2015. It ought to be interesting. All right, I'm gonna do it though. Okay, this whole bed here, I've been sitting here thinking, and I think I'm going to just make the back side of that tomatoes. Now, here's the thing. I got tomatoes in my grow room already. They're actually ready to come out. I need to harden them off, but since we're at a completely rogue area right now, what we're going to do is direct sow some tomatoes, and let's see what happens. So now, like I said, I got the ones that they're backups. Is that even focus? Yeah, they're backups, but I mean they're supposed to be the originals, but I'm gonna just save them as backups or give them to my mom or something like that. So I'm going to direct sow my full size ones over here, and on this other side I will be doing the cherry varieties. I got a Chadwick cherry, tomato glacier, looks like that, and Tommy Toe. All right, I don't need a lot of tomatoes, but my mother does, and my wife likes to make salsa, so we're going to just direct sow this and see what happens. All right, here we go. I have no idea when my camera died, so let me do a quick recap. On the ends here, those are all tomatoes, and I direct sowed them, so breaking all the rules. I did mention I had transplants. That was supposed to be the primary, but this year I'm going to attempt to do everything by seed. I'm not putting out any of my transplants in the garden. My flowers and stuff, that's a different story, but that's all at the front of the house. So, German pink on the end, mortgage lifter right before the 2x4, and then 3 cherry types: Chadwick cherry, Tommy Toe, and something else. In the middle, on the back side, is bell peppers. So from the back all the way up to that 2x4, and then started running that way. I did my sweet peppers, a Varsky, and Mad Hatter. And then on right between about this area here, I direct seeded some Alsa Craig onions. So the only thing left now is this little section here and that little section there. And then everything will be planted out. I did end up putting some mammoth beets on the back side of where I put that watermelon. So we'll see what happens there. And as for that, that is kind of a wrap. I want to show you something really quick though. This here is a volunteer. That is a cucumber. So he gets to stay, or she. And as long as it doesn't get too intrusive, we'll see what kind it is. But I end up smoothing the soil out, so kind of over going that way. So it looked like a cucumber seed, end up making it. And we'll see what happens. So, you know, other than that, those mustards that I cleared out, anything that's a volunteer with the exception of weeds, he gets to stay. And we're going to completely rogue it out this year and see what happens. So, all right, guys, that is a wrap. Ooh, it's getting hot. My camera died because it got hot. So I've got direct sun right now. I mean, the temperature's cool, but direct sun and a cell phone camera, probably any camera, not a good match. But yeah, outside for that, yeah, that's kind of a wrap for me for the day. Now, gotta go get this video edited. So, thanks guys for commenting, liking, subscribing if you're already subscribing. I know I haven't done much and it is my fault. I apologize. Trying to get better with it. It's just seems like I just talk about the same stuff over and over again. So, I need to sit down and kind of put a plan, action plan together, because some of these other garden channels are really successful and they're always uploading and stuff like that. So I'll try to get better about that. All right, guys. Until next time, Rick out.